welcome to this edition of Sport Jaunts on HQTV Nigeria. Thank you, as always, for being a part of the show. Of course, like I said, do remember to as well share our videos and, of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel for the very best in terms of sporting updates as well as all other news via this platform. My name is Olale Yaido, and of course, I'm welcoming you to this edition of the show. I am not alone. I've got with me Ero Osaze. How are you doing today, bro?
Very fine, definitely.
All right, good to have you on the show. Today we'll be talking about Frank Lampard, the Englishman who's currently is the coach of Chelsea, Stamford Bridge. That's where they pitch their game, their home games. So far, so good. Frank Lampard has been doing great with the Chelsea team. And of course, pundits alike are saying, is he good enough to continue as Chelsea coach after just spreading a season? This is in the second season with Chelsea. And of course, the team are at the moment at top of the Premier League and as well the Champions League. And of course, I've got players doing well in terms of their goal scoring charts in the Barclays Premier League. We'll go for a short break. When we return, we'll dissect all of this. Is Frank Lampard good enough to take Chelsea to the next level? We'll be right back. You're welcome back to the show Sport Jaunts on HQTV Nigeria. And of course, like I said earlier in the prelude, Frank Lampard, is he good enough to be Chelsea's coach moving forward? Frank Lampard is an English football coach and, of course, a former Chelsea player. And is regarded as one of the best players to have ever played for Chelsea. And, of course, one of the best midfielders in the generation of football there in England, of course, in the world at large. Currently, he holds sway as a coach of Chelsea. And currently, they are not doing pretty bad in the Barclays Premier League, knowing full well that he's had the intention of having to, get new players and, of course, make use of a lot of young players like Tammy Abraham, like Hudson Odoi. And, of course, so far, so good. They have been doing greatly in the league. So, Eros Saze, I want to ask you, Frank Lampard, in his first season, he was just able to steer the team to a Champions League place, and of course, a final of the FA Cup where they lost to Arsenal. This season, I think they've been able to get things rolling for themselves in terms of performances they've churned out, both in the league and, of course, in Europe. What's your take so far?
Well, I think it's really been a roller coaster ride for Frank Lampard. He has started this season precisely very well. Just one loss in the Premier League in 11 games and currently sitting top of the leagues. Actually, what Roman Abramovich will smile to the bank or smile about generally. But I think, talking about winning the Premier League, I think the Premier League generally is not just a sprint, it's a marathon.
Absolutely.
It involves consistency.
Absolutely.
We see teams, example, Arsenal in 2013-2014. They were on top of the table for 128 days. It has never happened before. I stayed top of the table for 128 days, and on the end of the season, I lose the league.
A pack of cards.
Arsenal finished fourth that season for the record. It started after the thumping at Anfield, 5-1, and the team lost whatever it called its stability, its balance. So I think basically the league, for you to win the league, you require enough squad depth. And Chelsea of recent, we know if, as they call him, Tobo Timo, if he's not performing, or the Moroccan magician Hakim Ziyech is not doing his deal, I think up front Chelsea struggles a lot. And if players like Kai Havertz don't get integrated on time, obviously, Lampard will not win this.
All right, talking about the strength in depth for Chelsea, do you think Chelsea has got the right strength in depth, or then again, or you feel they've not gotten the right mental stability of experience to actually go the extra mile to win the Barclays Premier League? Also, in the UEFA Champions League, Chelsea have not been doing badly as well. Over the course of the past week, they won at Sevilla. We saw an Olivier Giroud scoring an hat-trick, a player who hasn't really been starting in the Premier League. So you might want to think in that aspect, Chelsea has got the experience coming from the bench and strength in depth from the bench. But going forward, like I said, do you think they can as well maintain the momentum, knowing full that players have actually been drafted from the academy to as well integrate themselves to the major team, and they have been grinding out good results, playing against the likes of Manchester City, Arsenal, and of course, topping the league at the moment. Though it's a marathon, but then again, they are grinding the results, and of course, all of these results will count in the later stages of the league.
Well, I think precisely this Chelsea squad, majority of them have not found themselves in this situation before, except say N'Golo Kante and Cesar Azpilicueta. Many of them have never been this tipped to win a league title before, and they have not been under this much pressure as per they are actually, say, a new group of players, a new assembly of players. You see, Timo Werner from Germany, Thiago Silva, yes, he has won, I think, up to 8 titles in France, but he has not done this in England, and England is a different terrain entirely.
Absolutely.
So I think if you talk about strength in there, they have, say, 18 top-notch players, but I'm not sure 18 top-notch players can give you the league, because if you were to win a league title, we saw what Zinedine Zidane did in 2016-2017 when he won the league and Champions League. The kind of like-for-like replacement. Look at Modric is going out, James Rodriguez, inform James Rodriguez for the record, was coming in, Cruz is going out, Isco is coming in, Casemiro is going out, there's a Kovacic, and they also had room for players like Asensio, Morata, and the rest. Now, let's bring it back to Premier League. When Guardiola won the league 100 points, or 100 points as he did, we saw players like, as Aguero goes out, there's the informed and hungry Gabriel Jesus coming in. Raheem Sterling is not doing well. There's Leroy Sané, there's Riyad Mahrez, there's Bernardo Silva, David Silva, like for like. But in Chelsea, we see, take away Timo Werner, obviously, he has been playing on the wings for 3-4 match days now. If Timo Werner leaves the wing, who is the next man? You say Captain America, that's Christian Pulisic. Yeah. If Hakim Ziyech is currently injured, who plays perfectly or close to Hakim Ziyech? You don't call Hudson-Odoi and Hakim Ziyech in the same bracket, because we have seen both of them play. Hudson-Odoi can do a lot of damage to a defense, but nothing close to what Hakim Ziyech can do. So I think, for me, Chelsea has not still got the depth in squad that will give them this title.
Going forward, Frank Lampard, like you said, has won the Premier League Manager of the Month for the month of October. That was in 2019. And of course, after Chelsea's perfect 100% win in the league for that month, that is in October 2019. And then again, Frank Lampard became the first coach in 2 decades to become an English coach, I beg your pardon, an English player or a former English player or coach to be manager of Chelsea for the first time in over 20 years. That's more of a fantastic record on his part. Then again, he's the third man to win both the Premier League Player of the Month, Premier League Manager of the Month, after Gareth Southgate and Stuart Pearce. Talking about this edition of the show, we want you to as well give your feedback, especially in our comment box. Is Chelsea under Frank Lampard going to win the league, or is Frank Lampard the man to take Chelsea forward in terms of getting an extension in his contract with career ongoing in Chelsea? With that, we'll be coming to the end of the show. Sport Jaunts, which has come to you on this platform, HQTV Nigeria. I have not been alone today. I've had the companionship of Errol Saze. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Or of course, I want to say a big thank you to the production team. On behalf of everybody, we look forward to seeing you next time out when we give you the latest and juicy sports stories you could use. My name is Olale Edo. Bye for now.